Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today's topic is concept of scaling for fixed point data types. In general, controllers used in embedded applications have limitation, or some old or low cost controllers don't support floating point numbers at all. Also, most of the physical signals in controller needs to be represented in fractions, though their range is very small. Let's take an example. Temperatures measured by thermometer in medical applications needs range of 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, but they need accuracy of 0.1 degrees Celsius. Because of this, we cannot use uinted data types for this application, which support range of 0 to 256. Instead of that, we need to use float or single in terms of MATLAB or double data type. This may lead to additional allocation of memory for each parameters. To overcome this problem, we use a concept of fixed point data types, where all these fractions are converted into a complete integers, and these fractional numbers can be stored in a small data type which consumes very less memory. We are going to use two examples where a temperature sensor is used for different applications. The first example is conventional gas furnace, and the second example is automotive air conditioning system. In conventional gas furnace, a required temperature range is 100 to 1200 degrees Celsius, while the sensor supports range of 0 to 1500 degrees Celsius, and it also provides accuracy of 0.5 degrees Celsius. However, the required accuracy for the gas furnace is plus minus 1 degree Celsius. In our second example, required temperature range is minus 40 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. The sensor supports the range of minus 50 to 60 degrees Celsius with accuracy of 0.05 degrees Celsius. But for our application, we need accuracy of 0.5 degrees Celsius. In both these examples, input temperature from sensor is going to be either single or double. Since accuracy of this particular signals is not that much, so we assume it as a single. These temperature signals require at least 4 bytes of data in our memory. To reduce the memory allocation, we can consider converting these temperatures into integers. One way of converting this number into integers is simply neglecting the fractional part. So, if the input temperature is 1000.5 degrees Celsius, we can consider it as 1000 or 1001 degrees Celsius. The original data type float is converted into the new data type of uint16, and we can save 2 bytes of memory. By doing this, there is no impact on system and it can provide us the required accuracy. But in second example, if the input from sensor is 20.35 degrees Celsius, it can be considered as 20 degrees Celsius. So again, the original float data type can be converted into integer 8 data type, and we can save 3 bytes of memory. But here the required accuracy cannot be achieved as we need our resolutions as 0.5 degrees Celsius. Disadvantages of neglecting fraction is accuracy loss, and also if we use such numbers into our calculations, then the accumulated errors over time can go beyond permissible limit and can produce false results in our system. To overcome this, we can use the concept of scaling so that we can convert a fractional numbers or large integers into a small integers which can take up a very less memory. The scaling of parameter values is exactly similar to how we rescale the distance measurements on our maps or rescaled models, and in sometimes we simply change units so that we get proper understanding of measurement. So the real world values are scaled to integer data type and are used in computation. When providing outputs, we rescale the integer values into real world value, and these are provided to the user interfaces. There are two types of scaling. One is slope bias scaling and another is binary point scaling. Slope bias scaling is convenient to humans and the calculations are easy. It is usually done in base of 10 or as per the unit of quantity. Range of this parameter plays crucial role in deciding slope and bias. While in binary point scaling, it is convenient for machine or computational purpose, and generally it is done in base of 2. In slope bias scaling, there are two scaling factors. One is slope and another is bias. So the scaled integer value is represented as real world value minus bias divided by slope. And while rescaling it, we can compute back to real world value using formula of slope multiplied by integer value plus bias. Let's take example of slope bias scaling. So parameter x has range of 500.000 to 500.000 and we need computational accuracy of 0.1. In this example, we need range of 505 to 500, that is 5 with accuracy of 0.1. So we can consider slope of 0.1 and bias as 500. So instead of starting numbers from 500, we can start it with the 0. So we are considering bias as 500 and hence the scaled value for 500 to 505 is 0 to 50. So to represent 502.234, we can represent it as 22 and 504.163 can be represented as 41. The new data type would be uint8. In another example, the parameter y has range of minus 40 to 200 and computational accuracy is 1. So in this example, the total range is 200 minus 40, that is 240 with accuracy of 1. So we can put this value in unsigned integer 8 with slope as 1 and bias as minus 40. So we can start, instead of starting this value from minus 40, we can start it with 0 and we can represent its range from 0 to 240. So in this case, minus 20 is represented as plus 20 and 0 is represented as 40. 143 is represented as 183, and as I said earlier, data type can be used as uint8. Next is binary point scaling. In binary point scaling, a binary point or a decimal point is moved within required word length. So in this case, bits of integer data type are divided into fixed part and fractional part. We can represent signed and unsigned numbers with different data types. In MATLAB, unsigned fixed point data type starts with UFIX and signed data type starts with SFIX. Let's see how 8-bit data can be binary scaled. So in this case, this dash represents the position of decimal point. So whenever we shift decimal points towards left, the left side of this dash represents the fixed part and right side represents the fractional parts. So for unsigned integer 8, the range is 0 to 255. When we shift decimal points towards left by one position, the accuracy becomes 0.5 and the maximum value changes to 127.5. So the left side part becomes the integer part and this particular last bit becomes a fractional part. Whenever it is 1, that means it is 0.5 after decimal. 0.5 represents 1 divided by 2. 0.25 represents 1 divided by 2 raised to 2, that means 1 divided by 4. 0.125 represents 1 divided by 2 raised to 3, and so on. You can prepare same chart for 16-bit and 32-bit fixed point integers. One thing to remember is, in this case, all 8-bit represents data. When we go for signed integer 8 data type, 8-bit represents sign and all other bits represents data. As we have seen in case of unsigned integer, the same way we can divide this 8-bit data into fixed part as well as fraction part. Let's take example we have a parameter a which has a range of 0 to 30 and it requires computational accuracy of 0.125. For this example, we can use data type of UFIX8EN3. That means last 3 bits represents the fractional part and other bits represent the fixed part. So when we scale this data with UFIX8EN3, 0 is represented as 0, 3 is represented as 24, 5.5 is represented as 44, 9.97 is represented as 79, 20.67 is represented as 165, 28.1 is represented as 224, 30 is represented as 240. We can see fractional value changes with change of value for these 3 bits. One thing to remember here is in case of slope bias scaling, we have full control over accuracy, but in case of binary point scaling, accuracy changes with the power of 2. When we use fixed point data type, there are few things we need to take care of. First thing is same scaling needs to be applied to all parameters having same unit. So when we apply scaling for a temperature parameter, then that particular scaling needs to be applied throughout our control logic. Don't forget to add scaling to internal constants as well as parameters which are compared and used in arithmetics. Select the maximum possible range for a particular unit and apply scaling to that parameter. Consider changing units of physical quantities if values are too large. For example, we can use 49.2 km instead of 49,200 meters. We can use a range conversion formula in our control logic. Consider and decide required accuracy for application so that scaling becomes easy. For example, in normal weighing scale, resolution of 100 gram may be enough. However, Goldsmith requires accuracy of 0.001 grams. Nowadays, most of the controllers are supporting good amount of memory. So, fixed point modeling shall only be used when there is true limitation of controller. Numerical calculations become more complex when we use fixed point data types, as each and every component of equations or formulae need to be scaled and rescaled. So that's it for today's video. If you have any questions related to this topic, please put those into our comment section. If this video helps you in any sort, please like and subscribe for more such videos.